So it was really interesting, the trend that we've been seeing. In 2018, actually, we had fewer store closures than in 2017, but 2019 is starting out to be another year for major retail store closures. So year to date, we have at least 5,163 store closures that have been announced. Compare that to just over 5,500, but in all of 2018. But to be fair, when you net out the closings with announced new store openings, you get a net 3,577 store closures that have been announced so far this year, compared to 3,075 in all of 2018. Now, some of the closures are from bankruptcies or liquidations. Others, though, are just closing underperforming stores and a more typical pruning that does often happen after the holiday season. So Payless is closing all 2,100 of its stores left over. Gymboree, all 749. Charlotte Russe closing 512 stores. All of those three are because they're being liquidated after failed bankruptcy reorganizations. Ascena Retail, remember, that's the company that owns Ann Taylor, Loft, Dress Barn, Lane Bryant, Justice, Maurice's, and Catherine's. They're going to close 400 locations collectively. And then today, as you mentioned, Dollar Tree said it's closing 390 Family Dollar stores. Last week, Gap Inc. said it's going to close 230 Gap brand stores over 2 years. Destination Maternity is shuttering 117 doors. There's a lot more, but those are just some of the big ones.
All right, Shalom Akyam. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Chapadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to you, Akyam, out there doing the work of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, in truth, faith, and in sincerity. So as you see here, man, America is steady in decline. More store closures are happening. This is from this year. And yet they'll feed you these artificial cooked up numbers about unemployment being under 4% or, under 5%, all these cooked up numbers that they give you, man. And it's all the rules. And the majority of the people here in America are going to be caught totally off guard. For those who already, are not hip to it, because as you watch this video here, you'll see, man, there's more and more people that are homeless. They know the real numbers, So we're going to go here while you brothers check out this video, you know what I'm saying, to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, and we'll start at verse 3. It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened." So in the scripture, it mentions that the grinders cease because they are few, and the grinders are in reference to the workers. They're ceasing because there are more and more jobs closing up. You understand? More and more store closures. Here they showing you retail, because it's pretty much all America has left. Most of the manufacturing has already been shipped overseas, and these greedy corporate executives or owners wanting to maximize their money as if they're not making enough money already. They send their jobs overseas to exploit the labor of these third world and up and coming and developing countries, that they can pay them pennies on the dollar to do the same thing that, some Americans was doing here for like $15, $20 an hour. They'll send these jobs overseas to pay people $5, $2, $3 an hour. You understand? So, right, this is why America is in decline. Here in verse 4 it says, "And the door shall be shut in the street." See? And that's what you heard her talking about, the doors closing. Right. And more are going to close. This is on top, like I said. Those stats that she was giving you is from this year. So this is on top of all the other store closures that's been happening over the past decade or so. That Toys R Us announced that it went out of business, along with several other companies. And you're going to see this trend continue until chaos hit these streets in a wide-scale fashion. And again, verse 4, "And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low." So this is where America is. You see the video here of these tent cities, man. They don't have there's no mirth for them. They catching hell. You understand what I'm saying? And that's, like I say, it's really nationwide, but you still got people that have jobs. And so they can turn a blind eye to it, but there's going to come a time where no one is going to be able to turn a blind eye. This is going to be evident, dominant. It's going to be everywhere. You know, you see these 10 cities, how in the hell can there be a 3 or 4, even 5% unemployment rate? That means you got 95% of the people in America working, which means the unemployed will be able to be housed in these homeless shelters. But the homeless shelters are full. That's why people are setting up all these tent cities. It's the same thing here in Houston. Right there, they're showing you California because it's at an epidemic level in California because the house or the cost of living is so high there. But it's the same thing here in Houston, and I'm sure across the United States, man. So, you know, hey, I just wanted to put them numbers out there, man. You better see it, you know, and I'm sure you already know. But yeah, it's just going to continue to get worse from here. So to the next lesson, you better stay up. Hey, Shalom.